Okay, so now I'm going to be taking in my pants with darts. I have 4 workout pants that are getting too big on me. So, in order to avoid buying more, I'm going to take them in with darts. So this is one pair I have here. This is another pair. Let's see, this is 3X. This is 2X. This one is another pair that's too big on me. This one is a 3X. And then this one is getting too big on me too. This one is a 2X. Okay, so to adjust your pants, you want to measure the thickest part of your hip, which for me that's 56.5 inches. And then you want to measure where you wear your pants at, like the waist. For me, I'm extremely high-waisted, so I wear mine more down at the belly button. So that for me is 50 inches. And then you want to measure the distance between the thickest part and the place where you wear your pants. So for me that's 5 inches of distance. Now we gotta measure these pants and figure out how much we need to take them in. So to do that, you gotta measure the circumference of the pants. So it's good to find a seam. Here we have a seam here, and start measuring. Try to stretch out the fabric because you're gonna want to see what it's like when it's stretched out. So as you're measuring, stretch out the fabric. So the circumference of the waist part of my these pants bands is 57 inches. So that means we have to take it in by 7 inches on waist. And now I'm going to measure the hip part. So to figure that out, I have to measure 5 inches down from the waist. So cool, that's right where the band ends there. So now I need to find a seam along that band. There's a seam right there. So we'll start measuring there and stretch out the fabric again. This doesn't have to be extremely perfect or accurate, just good enough that it fits you better, because with your pants falling off at the gym, just a little bit more accurate fit is better than inaccurate fit. This one is about 58 inches around the hip, so that means we need to take it in about 2.5 inches at the waist, or at the hip. To do that, we're going to split that in half because we're going to make 2 darts. So we'll do 3.5 inches on the waist, and we'll do we'll just do 1 inch because a half of an inch isn't going to make that much of a difference, especially on the hip, because it's most important to tuck dart in the waist because the waist is what holds up the pants. So we'll just do 1 inch on each dart. We want the darts on the back of the pant. Right here is the seam for the side of the pant, and right here is the seam for the middle of the pant. So we're going to measure in between there to find the center for the dart. Okay, that's 10.5 inches. So the center would be right about there. Doesn't have to be completely accurate. So this is where we want our dart. So we want our dart to come in about 1 inch. So we'll start a pinch right there. That's probably going to be about 1 inch, maybe a little more. And then you need to pin that. Now we want it to come in 3.5 inches above that. 3.5 inches here. So we want that width to come in at the waist. So, and remember, this doesn't have to be perfect. It will stretch, so you don't have to worry about that. And now I have that pinned off. And when we do so, we're going to flip that over and sew on the inside there. This is where our seam's going to be. And now we need to make the dart on the other side. And see, I am giving it a little bit extra by pinning on the outside there. It gives it a little bit more extra room, just in case I sew too tightly. So once again, we need to be about, and these don't have to be perfect. I mean, we're not going for perfection here. We're going for a function so our pants don't fall down at the gym while we're trying to lose weight, so we fit into cuter pants. And there, that should fit me better. Look at how much weight I've lost. Wow. Okay, so now you want to flip over your pants inside out, or at least enough to sew them. And I'm going to start at the beginning of the dart on the butt there, the bottom part of the butt. And I'm using black thread, but of course you'd use the thread that matches your pants best. And just put that down. And you want to sew right along where the pins are. So, oh, and you want to put it on a zigzag stitch. So for me, I have 2 different zigzag stitches. I'm going to do 4 because that looks like the best zigzag stitch. First, I'm going to go forward a little bit. Now I'm going to go back. And now I'm going to go forward. And the reason why you want to do zigzag stitch is because zigzag stitch will allow it to stretch, so it won't break or you know, be too tight. It's not a perfectly straight line, but there's the seam there. I'm just doing this real quick, as if I was actually designing a new garment, I would spend more time on making sure the seams were straight. So you always back stitch at the beginning and the end of the seam. That keeps the seam from unraveling. And if you want to make these even skinnier, what I would do is just create more darts. Do front darts. Okay, so there's the back. We put in, oops, there's the back. We put in 2 darts. And besides that little mistake there, it's barely noticeable. Yay! I'll try those on in just a little bit. now it's time to fix the other ones. We gotta measure around the waist. Okay, that one is like 54 inches. Not as bad. So I need to subtract 4 inches. And what's funny is this one's a 3X and the other one was a 2X. 4 inches from the waist. So that's going to be 2 inches on each dart. And you usually want to create 2 darts when you are creating darts because then it's symmetrical. But you could create a dart on the front, you could create a dart on the back, you could create a dart on the side. It doesn't really matter where on the waist you want to create a dart. Just you want it to be symmetrical. Okay, now I gotta measure 5 inches down. So we're doing that on the back. And here's a seam here that's perfect to measure from. So I'm gonna measure right there. Unfortunately, I don't have a seam to guide me from 5 inches down on here. So I gotta just kind of eyeball it. So I can actually just kind of guesstimate here. It's about 15 inches, middle seam to side seam to middle seam to side seam. So that would be 15 times 4. 15 times 4 is 60. So it would be 3.5 inches too wide at the hip. So the hip is actually wider on this one than the other one. And so that means I would need to take it in by 1.5. So I'm just going to take it in by 1. The same. I don't think it really hurts to have too wide of hips. So let's find the middle here. We've got, see this, the way this pants seams are set up are a little bit different. It's about 13 inches. I guess when it's stretched it's about 15 inches. But that's okay, we don't need to stretch it to find out where to put the dart. So to put the dart, we need half a 13. Half a 13 is 5.5 right there. That's where the dart goes. And we need the dart to go down 5 inches. So it starts right there. We need it to go in about 1 inch. And now we want it to come in 2 inches. So this is going to be a lot more narrow of a dart. So we want to center that. Looks like right there centered. So we want the dart to be that wide at the waist. So you want to take it in that much. Gotta lift up our foot here so that it goes over the seam because this is thick fabric. Okay, we got another dart in and these pants are finished. I'm getting tired though, so I think I'll finish these later off camera. But let me show you what these look like when I try them on, see if they fit right. Okay, so here's the leopard print pants. They fit perfectly. I think they hug my curves even better than before. Perfect. Now let's try on the galaxy print pants. The galaxy print pants, they fit a lot better. They're still a little loose, but this material is really stretchy. I probably could have taken these in a little bit more, but they'll probably hold up when I'm working out at the gym. They don't feel like they're gonna fall down. So, yay!